The beginning of the film, a young woman named Danny is shown. She and her father are caught in a snowstorm one day. Others were also caught up in the snowstorm. There was a lot of activity going on. Danny is taken to the forest by her father to be hidden. Her father goes to save others despite Danny's monsters. In the meantime, monster attacks Danny's father. He perishes there. Danny is terrified after discovering her father's death. In the meantime, a monster is chasing her. Danny falls while running and gets faint. Danny finds herself on a hospital bed when she awake. Her hands were tied there. Due to the doors being locked and seeing cameras, Danny starts shooting. Then a doctor comes to meet Danny and tell her while opening her hands, "All the people in your area have been dead due to the snowstorm." Danny is the alone survivors. Among them, Danny was not ready to accept this. She tells it that night a monster followed me. Later, she tells Danny, "Actually you are a mutants. Like you. You have to live with them here." Until she discovers her powers and learn how to them. The next day, Danny meets others mutants. At first, Ron is shown she has the power to change into a wolf. Then it is told about Ileana. She used to carry a purple dragon hand puppet with her all the time. Ileana has the power to travel in different directions while using teleportation power. Ron's friend is shown. He belongs to rich family. He has the power to absorb solar energy and can use it. Later Ileana's friend is shown. He comes from a coal mining family. He has the power to fly speed while using thermochemical energy. After the introduction, the doctor say to Ileana to show the whole facility to Danny. After coming to the garden, now because there wasn't any visible barrier, so she tries to run from there. Movie at far distance, she collides with an invisible wall. Danny gets depressed and goes to commit suicide in the church. At the same time, Ron arrives. She stopped Danny to commit suicide. There is a fight between Danny and Ileana at night. Ileana attacks Danny with her power. Meanwhile, the doctor stops them. She locks them in separate cells. Danny sees a vision in which a huge monster attacks her. After it, when the camera wasn't working, the doctor comes to Danny's cell. She notices blood on Danny's body. The other mutants take Danny to a room. They play games one by one with the help of the lie detector. When it was Ileana's turn, Danny asks her why she come here to this facility. Ileana tells, "I have taken the life of 18 people with my power." The next day during the meeting, Ileana's friends become furious at the doctor. He leaves the meeting. They all becomes upset. Ron's friend hears someone's voice from the pool. When he cheeks, he finds Ileana there. Ron's friend also moves with Ileana for swimming. Now they were swimming together. Ron's friend tells Ileana about his friend. "I burned my friend with my hands mistakenly. That's why my best friend died." Ileana asks him to forget all this. She asks him to do swimming again. Ileana disappears from there. It is shown Ileana was actually in her rooms. When Ron's friend's dead body arrives, he gets scared because of it. He also loses control of his powers. Meanwhile, the doctor awakes. She saves Ron's friend at the exact time. After being saved, Ron's friend blames Ileana for all this. He says, "Ileana has tried to end me." The doctors makes him understand Ileana was in her room, not on the pool. At that time, Ileana discovers Danny's powers. It is all happening because of Danny. She feels Danny is playing with people's fear going in their minds, because they were all watching who they were scaring. That's why Ileana attacks Danny in anger. She takes her in her own made separate dimension, while using her unknown power. Danny brings a smiley face on her face, from which Ileana was afraid, and seeing it she gets scared. The doctor given orders from her soldiers to end Danny. To complete this order, the doctor takes Danny into a room. Ron isn't convinced of the doctor's intention. Meanwhile, the door changes. The Smiley Man appears when the doors opens, the biggest fear of Ileana. He attacks them. Ron successfully saved Danny while attacking the doctor. They all were trying to escape while using their powers. After it, they gathered at a place. She reveals herself. "You were taken here for treatment so that we will use your mutants' powers." Meanwhile, a huge monster arrives and eats the doctor. This monster was Danny's biggest fear, and it has come here while following Danny. Being faint, Danny finds herself in the soul world. It is discovered that night Danny's father and the villagers died due to Danny's power. Because she had no idea about her power then, she doesn't know how to use her powers. Her father asks her to fight back this time. Danny awakes. She meets her father, who encourages her not to be afraid of the monster. She faces her biggest fear means that monster gradually. She control it. Finally, the monster wipe, and they are released from the facility. They leave together and travel a long distance. This is where the movie ends. If you like our video, make sure like, comment and share, and hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.